So if you're listening to my voice right now, it's because something is happening on the other side of the globe. It's really late at the Transformer Slag Podcast HQ, but on the other side of the globe, a Transformer product has gotten leaked. A eBay listing all the way in Taiwan has posted up our first look at what is potentially going to be the Transformers War for Cybertron Kingdom. Looks like we're continuing with Kingdom still. War for Cybertron Kingdom Core Class Hot Rod. Now, we knew that we were going to be getting a Core Class Hot Rod at some point from early target listings that were leaked online. And we knew that at some point this Core Class figure would probably be coming out in Legacy. But we saw already with Transformers Legacy that a lot of their planned releases are being pushed up because Hasbro has felt that between now and the planned release date of April 2022 is a long period of time, and they want to fill that 5-month gap or so with some Transformer product early. And, well, that's what resulted in us getting a Transformers War for Cybertron Kingdom Wave 5 Voyager Blaster, which was supposed to be part of the Legacy line. He was going to be the wave mate along with Bulkhead. And of course, we ended up finally in the end learning about both officially Pipes and Slammer to be Wave 5 for the deluxe class of War for Cybertron Kingdom. But what about the core class? It ended with Soundwave and Dracodon. We already have confirmed that Soundwave is going to be reissued in the Legacy line in the core class in those first early waves. But we didn't know much else. We just had Soundwave, we had Dracodon. That was the very last wave. It was Wave 3. Well, it looks like, judging by the packaging and this figure being shown here, which we'll get into in a minute, it looks like we're going to be getting a Wave 4 of the core class for Transformers War for Cybertron Kingdom. And it is of the man himself, Autobot Hot Rod. Now, we knew that this was coming. We saw the listings, but we had no idea how this was going to be put together, and even more so it being given to us early via the Kingdom line. So this listing that has been posted, unfortunately, is just a picture of the back of the box. It's cropped to just show the actual figure itself, and it was taken in absolutely horrible quality. So we could barely see the figure in all its fine details because it's kind of blurry because it's blown up from a back of the box image. But it gives us a general idea of what's going on, how the transformation's going to work, and the accessory. And because it's a core class, it's going to be simple, but it's going to be interesting. So then, we have Hot Rod in his alt mode. Looks exactly like his Generation 1 toy, and it looks pretty good for what you would expect from a core class. If the paint decos are correct, we're going to at least get some paint deco for the front of the vehicle, for the side exhaust pipes, and for the windshield and the side mirror, the side windows. And potentially, it's hard to tell from this shot. It looks like the spoiler is also painted, but it also might be just molded yellow. But I don't think that's the case because the gang molding here looks like it's really just, if we had to like gang mold 2 colors, it looks like black and red and everything else is painted. So it might be a painted spoiler. So a lot of paint deco already right there with the figure for a core class. Pretty impressive. When we look at the transformation into robot mode, pretty interesting because we have the front of the car, and then when it's transformed, we have a faux chest that normally would have made the front of the car for Hot Rod. So we have a different kind of chest that's a faux chest there. And on top of all that, it kind of has some extra folds and twists and everything that kind of fold back the front of the car, the sides of the car, the windows and everything. It does a really good job, and it does a pretty decent job in terms of getting a core class figure of that Hot Rod design. Hot Rod's not a complicated design, but sometimes he can be a little cumbersome because you want to make that really nice show accurate kind of look. In this case, the head sculpt, from what we could see from these blurry images, has something that's very similar to that of the Ox design, Studio Ox, with Obari-san and the whole crew. Kind of leans on that. I mean, the car mode is straight up, the fluoro-deery kind of typical car design that we've seen with Hot Rod with the 86 movie onward, so there's nothing really spicy about that one. But the robot mode has a very Studio Ox kind of look to it. And I appreciate that for something that's a little different, much like they did with the old Titanium 6-inch and a few other stuff that kind of leans on a different kind of historical silhouette for the 86 Hot Rod look, or Rodimus Convoy, Rodimus Prime. So that's pretty cool. I like that a lot. Again, doing the faux chest makes it really nice too, so you could kind of just have the actual car mode. You could tuck it away somewhere, the front chest, and then do something that looks really nice in terms of a dynamic robot mode chest. Now he also comes with an accessory, and this time around he comes with a sword. Potentially the Sword of Primus, maybe a throwback to the Transformers Regeneration Simon Furman book, which is a fantastic book if you ever get a chance to read all those issues. It obviously does not look like that, but I mean, that's probably more leaning on, let's say, the Rodimus Prime that we got with Kingdom. So I kind of look at this and I go, okay, this is, let's call it a micro continuity here. This is Autobot Hot Rod, Kingdom, his sword, and all of that. And then he becomes Rodimus Prime, and the sword upgrades to the Sword of Primus, the sword that comes with Commander class Rodimus Prime. So that's one way to look at it. But I like, it has the 3mm peg, so it could be attached to other figures. It could go on the spoiler of the car mode. I like what I'm seeing here. I like it a lot. It's not just biased because it's one of my favorite characters of all time. I just think it turned out very well. All the core classes, in my opinion, have been fantastic. The Rat Trap, the quote, non-fossilizers, but the fossilizers. The Soundwave is absolutely great. The Megatron is great. The Optimus is great. The Starscream is fine. And I think they all look great. So I think that it's something to look forward to. The question is now, is he going to be the lone core class of this Wave 4? Will it just be a case of 6 of core class Hot Rods? Is it going to be something where we're going to have him packed with other early Legacy stuff? The core class for Legacy, what has been rumored, is Hot Rod, a repack of Soundwave, a repack of Optimus Prime from the core class Kingdom, Shockwave, Iguanus, Skywarp, which is obviously going to be a repaint of the core class Starscream, and the quote Energon monster, whatever that's going to be. That's what's supposed to be in Legacy. So is Hot Rod going to be standalone? Is he going to have maybe Soundwave's going to be the filler with him from the previous wave? We don't know. The next question I also have is, now that we're getting all this Legacy stuff early, does that mean maybe we'll see a leader class Wave 4 and it's going to have the Laser Optimus Prime in it? Are they really pushing the release stuff early? I don't know. But all I know is this is exciting. We finally got to see Hot Rod. Hopefully we'll get better images of this, and then we could kind of break it down. We could get the box art. We could really get nice clear image of the robot mode, and maybe we could see more finer details that we're missing here. But I just wanted to put it out there, show people what's going on, and to get excited because, hey, now we're going to be getting this early. And so far, at least it's confirmed that Target has it in their computers. So that means at least it'll be available at Target. But I get a feeling this might be a mass retail release thing. So let me know what you think. Pretty exciting stuff. And hopefully we'll get more information. It's been a very busy past couple of days for the Transformer world.